Hi, I'm Jerry James Stone, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make slow cooker caramelized onions. Now, I love caramelized onions, but you have to sit there at the stove, and they only come out if you do it slow and like really take your time, but it's a good like 45 minutes or so that you're going to be standing over like a pan of onions. But if you do them in the slow cooker, you don't have to do that. Just throw them in and like 10 hours later, so you just do it overnight, boom, tasty, delicious slow cooker onions. I'm also going to walk you through some of the science on how caramelized onions actually come to be. Like what's happening, how did they get so delicious, and why. So let's get to that. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make them. Real easy. So when you're prepping your onions for caramelization, something that's really important is you want to get them about equal in shape and size. If you have uneven slices of onion throughout your batch of onions, then some of those slices are going to caramelize a lot faster than the other ones, and you're going to have an uneven batch of caramelized onions. So just try to get them as similar as you possibly can. You don't have to bust out a ruler, you don't have to be anal retentive about it, but you definitely want to try to get them as similar as you possibly can. And try not to cut yourself while you're doing it, unless you're into that sort of thing. Now you can caramelize almost any onion, in fact, really any onion, but I'll tell you that you probably want to avoid caramelizing red onions because the pigment in red onions actually changes as a result of acidity. So when you're caramelizing the onions, those red onions, and I do love the red onions, I just love that flavor, they're so crisp and bright, but when you caramelize them, they actually turn the grayish purple once they're fully caramelized, and you definitely don't want that. So I recommend using a white onion or a yellow onion versus a red one. So the next thing you want to do once you chop all your onions is to coat them with some oil. A good rule of thumb is you want about a tablespoon of oil for every couple of onions. You want to make sure all of the onions are fully coated, and then just stir them around. You don't have to be perfect about it here. Those are looking pretty good. Next, you want to mix in some salt. You want about 1/8 of a teaspoon for every 2 onions. Just mix that in. Now we're going to transfer this to the crock pot. Now just transfer your onions to the crock pot, and you're going to cook this on low for about 10 hours. Stirring it occasionally if you can, but I recommend just doing it overnight. So if you happen to be a sleepwalker, that's a good time to stir them. And these onions are looking pretty darn good. Now, every slow cooker can be a little bit different, so I would say that the first time you do this recipe, you might want to do it not overnight, just so you can kind of get a feel for how it's working. When I first did it myself, I had to adjust the heat a little bit for the slow cooker. You can also see that there's a lot of liquid left here. I personally recommend the last hour or two leaving the lid ajar, just so that some of that can bake off and it'll make a really jammy caramelized onion, or you can just use it straight that way if you don't want to have to deal with it. But that's how you make these slow cooker caramelized onions, and they just look pretty amazing, right? And that's all there is. Like I said, chop a few onions, throw them in the slow cooker, set it up, let it go overnight. 10 hours later, you have some tasty, delicious, slow cooked onions, perfectly caramelized, great for pizza, great for burgers, great for omelets, great for whatever. I think you're gonna really like them. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you wanna see other videos by me, please subscribe. And if there's something that you want, that you're looking for and you haven't found, just shoot me a comment and I'll get right on it, okay? I'll see you guys next time.